What up, everybody? It's Jordan here with episode 6, I believe, of How to Improve My Mile. We are fully getting into some good training here up in Ithaca, and we started classes this week, which was pretty cool. Disclaimer at the start of this, the camera on this new laptop isn't the greatest. So I don't know if it renders after I finish recording this, it will look better, or I may have to invest in a new camera because I cannot imagine this is great to look at. So I'll hopefully keep it short and sweet, a lot of information in a short period of time. I started classes. It was pretty fun. Here at the Ivy League, they do it a little differently. You can take 3 credit classes, which run the whole semester, or 1.5 credit classes, which last like half a semester. So I'm in 3 kind of all the way through classes, and then in the first 7 weeks I'm taking 2 kind of mini courses, and then in the second 7 weeks I'm taking another 2 mini courses, mainly some accounting classes, financial modeling, financial statement analysis, and more data modeling for managerial spreadsheets. So trying to get smarter in that aspect. I'm going to start looking at the CPA and the process to get certified in that here in the next few weeks. I think I'll start the exams next spring, but the studying will start up here soon. A little bit of a sad note, my bike was stolen. I have a bike. Kind of makes it tougher to get to the dining hall and stuff, so I'm conflicted. Maybe I'm going to start to grow up here and learn how to cook a little bit, so I don't have to walk all the way over there, and it just makes the running harder. It's about almost a mile up to the track, which is just straight uphill, which I was biking there and kind of doing my easy runs from there onto a trail, which was really nice for my legs, but it's gone. So I have another trail I can use, but it's kind of sad. I was kind of sucked, but it's okay. We'll make do. So back into kind of, that was the update here in Ithaca. Nothing's really happening. It's still kind of good weather and stuff. And then now, because I have the laptop back, I can share the screen. We'll get back into the traditional format of kind of reviewing past training in my undergrad career, and then we'll review weeks August 31st through September 6th, and preview September 7th through September 13th. So let's jump into the summer and fall of 2016. All right, here we are. Kind of have tried to make this look a little better for you guys. Put some outlines here. So for the summer of 2016, I ran over about 10 and a half, 11 weeks, 689 miles for an average of about 57 a week. I did not highlight anything here. There's nothing special in this training. It was my first summer. I kind of didn't know what I was doing. Kind of followed along with some training programs given out by the coach, but also kind of used my intuition into what I thought needed to be done. You'll see as we scroll down here, it's not very long. A lot of tempos kind of right here. I did a lot of tempos during this time, which was, I don't know, it was fun. Kind of, worked that top end of the aerobic system, but I feel like it also cooked me a little bit going into the full semester. You'll also notice that there's a lot of X's here, a lot of X's between the end of May all the way through down to the start of August. In terms of how I'm training now, where it's a constant use of the aerobic system, kind of continually working on that. It wasn't so much here. There was more workouts than kind of just aerobic miles. So the takeaway was inconsistent and probably not the greatest setup for the fall, as you'll see in a minute. Ended the summer with a trip in Cancun with my old roommate Seth, which was pretty fun. But yeah, I was in Nebraska that summer, kind of just worked there, trained there. I did a lot of lifting in the weight room, but really the running did not follow, the greatest structure. So as we come down here into the fall, I have quite a lot highlighted. It was a fun semester. The overview would be that I ran about 1,013 miles over 17 weeks with an average of about 60 miles a week. So if you look back into the summer where we only averaged, 57 a week for 10 weeks, I obviously did a lot better base period if you were to call it a base period, kind of pure aerobic running, which would be for cross country in the fall, which when you look at it for the spring semester, I'm a track runner. It's not bad, but in terms of trying to get a really good base to then train, even more, effectively into the fall, the summer, you could almost say was just a continuation or the pre into the fall. The start of our falls are always pretty tough. Dave likes to just chuck in, lots of easy miles. But you can get quite a lot, 50, 53 through 4 days. Smart, I don't know, but you do work hard going in there. The first one I highlighted was just kind of interesting when I was looking at it, where we were supposed to work out on this Friday afternoon, but because of lightning and storm, and people saying that we were supposed to have days off, it's where you kind of find the NCAA, Big Ten kind of rules and how people view them. This workout was actually done kind of on our own. Because coaches weren't allowed to be present because we're supposed to have one day off a week or something, and we had run here on Friday morning and weren't able to do the workout, but it was a really nice workout, pretty cool. I remember going to the Nebraska game. I think we may have played, no, that was Oregon that day. I don't know who we played, but we absolutely destroyed them. It was fun, but it was a great workout. I felt very good there. It was flat, so probably why I was able to run so fast, but 3 to about 6 miles on the day. The next workout, I would say, I would probably had a pretty good start into the semester. The race here at Woody, if anyone's ever run it, is a really tough course, but didn't run well. But I bounced back, and it's a very hilly 4 or 5 mile course. So to go out and run those splits on that course, I thought was pretty good. It was a good confidence booster. Managed to do some good training, and then I ran the fastest time of that year, 25:17 at Notre Dame, which if anyone's raced there is very, very flat. So how much you want to read into that performance, who knows? But people run insanely fast there. I don't think there's one foot of elevation gain or loss. It's just a flat golf course. We proceeded to go through the semester training pretty well, but the wheels fell off for me. I didn't race well at this race here, pre-nats, and then the Big Tens didn't get much better. It was a little bit of I wouldn't say wake up call, but because I kind of already know I'm not the greatest cross country runner, although I work at it now. It's not something that I really enjoy running. So I was pretty down and out about this race. We came back, and Jacob Olsen, one of my best friends and now captain, kind of got me up for the 10 by 1,000 over Woody. So, kind of when we reviewed the workout a couple of months ago, tough workout, but I absolutely crushed it. And felt like when I went to the NCAA regionals, I had nothing to lose. It was like, why don't we just try to go out and run? So this race, it doesn't look like I ran fast. I ran 32 minutes, but I was going very, very well. I was second on the team through 8Ks. I ran probably like 25:20, so I was like 3 or 4 seconds over my PR through 8Ks. The 9th K was still good. I was still second on the team, and then I blew up super bad. Ran about 3:45 for the last kilometer, whereas up to that point I was averaging about 3:10. So maybe I would have run 31:30 on that day had I maybe been a bit more aerobically fit. But that was a tough day. I just started out in the back, just jogged down the start line, 300th or whatever, how many people they have in that race, and slowly moved on through the field. And it was a really enjoyable race, really nice course there in Iowa. Kind of took a little bit of downtime. I mean, this is heading towards the end of the semester, and transitioned into just some workouts that would get you ready for the inner squad at the end of the year for a 2-mile race. We did some pretty good, workout. This one here, I didn't highlight, but I remember really clearly we were only supposed to do like 1,500 meter pace run. And Jacob tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This isn't long enough. Let's keep going." And then we may have only had 3 reps of each, and Jake wanted to keep going. So, we ran pretty good, pretty hard over those 3 weeks, culminating in a 9:03 2-mile, which, I don't think I was sharp at all. I was really just running off a base that I had, for the previous 16 weeks. And then we roll into December and I got hurt. I believe a little stress fracture in my foot, but that's for the next semester. So we'll talk about that then. One thing I am going to do, which I've seen through my readings is interesting, is I'm going to go through and kind of categorize the workouts. So long run, easy runs, tempos. Tempos will be separated from steady state. Steady state is really just considered kind of sub threshold, whereas a tempo would be a threshold run. So that, and then kind of track specific workout and hill workouts. I think those are different as well, but I might group them together. I don't know. I see a lot of when you analyze like the Kenyan runners versus European runners, they like to break down the mileage and see where they're putting percentages of the case, how many are going towards easy runs, how many are going towards long runs, which I think if I look at it correctly, they're classing them as easy runs because it's you're not working out, it's still at an aerobic pace. So I'll probably break it out easy run to long run, but it's going to be interesting to see because next semester is when I probably ran my fastest times as a sophomore for Nebraska, especially on the outdoor track. So it'll be interesting to see over a year what the breakdown is, and definitely learn about kind of what's happening as a whole for me. I won't show you guys until we do each semester, but it'll be interesting for me to see where when I was running really well, what was the breakdown kind of 3, 6 and then 12 months beforehand, and then overall just interesting. You guys don't know how many miles I've ran in this spreadsheet. I do, so it'll be interesting just to see about that. But in the sake of time, let's just keep rolling here. So that's there. Any questions about it, just email me. Again, I don't think I'm training as smart definitely as I did for my last 2 years. This is just to kind of get an overview of what I did, how the performance is kind of lined up with the training here. I still think when you look through this semester, it's probably very inconsistent. There's not many continuous days where you're just running. I battled a little bit of injury here. I managed to keep the mileage up pretty good through to the Big Ten championships, but still kind of, it probably could have been better, especially on these type of days where you're front loading the week with like 18 miles in a day, which, in a couple of semesters, you'll see go up to about 22 to 24 when we start to run, 16 miles as the long run. So, I think it's interesting. And, if you guys have any questions, let me know. But we'll go and review week August 31 through September 6th. So that starts on here on a Monday in August. This is the day where I figured the first week here in Ithaca, it needed to change kind of with the trails and what I thought, after now I've gotten into some reading of successful, distance runners. We've started to kind of change that periodization plan, which is down here. So 45 and 45 on Monday, I had this nice trail that is, only takes like maybe a mile on concrete, but then the rest of it's like grass and gravel. So really nice for the legs. It was like a 12.5 mile day, which is pretty good. Did the workout on Tuesday, which I didn't know how it was going to go, but I think I did pretty well. 15-minute warm up, then 15-minute the sub threshold ran kind of what people class as steady state, about 540s, with half of it up a hill. It was I did this workout on a country loop, which was up and down continuously, so it was really good for the legs, build some strength there, but also kind of when you're looking down at your watch and you're starting to work harder than you probably should, you kind of just got to ease back a little bit and know that especially in this 15-minute period, it's not time to blow it out of the water, just kind of cruising, breathing heavily. Moved into the 2 on 1 off, 1 on 1 off times 6, and was hitting about 5 minutes. I think by the end of it I was dipping into like the 450s, 440s, but I felt pretty good, felt like I was running well. And then 15 minutes to finish off. Started school on Wednesday, so I didn't run. I just wanted to I had an 8 a.m. lecture, so I wanted to get up, be prepared, show up on time, all that good stuff. So just at 60 minutes in the afternoon, which I thought was I don't really count the miles during the week. I just, see the workouts or see, it's supposed to be an easy day and kind of gauge it on that. So when I didn't get to run in the morning, I was like, but there's other things in life that are going on as well. Easy 45. Thursday came back for a little bit of a longer run, 80 minutes. in the country, and then finished off on the football field for about 12.2 miles. You'll notice that this 80 minutes was 30 minutes less than the long run I did on Sunday. So kind of two runs a week. I don't know what the percentage would be, 12.2 and 17, 40. Nearly, I would say over 40% of the mileage of the week come from 2 runs, just continuous uninterrupted work on the aerobic system. Friday, I was feeling pretty beat with the hills and stuff. So I did the 45 minutes in the morning, and then I kind of just, I don't know, I talked myself out of 45 minutes. So I was like, I'll do an easy 30 and then I'll do some strides. And that would make me feel good about myself. So I just did the flattest route I could find on campus and some strides. I finished on the football field and some strides. And then on Saturday, kind of just did, they call it the chunky route. I'm going to call it the Wanaka loop from now on because it reminds me of New Zealand. But I did the short version. I kind of cut it in half, jogged back to the track, did 5 times 200 rhythm, 100 walk, 100 jog in between, and then jogged down to the football field and just finished out 70 minutes on there for 11 miles on the day. And then kind of sticking with the Lydia theme in terms of, minutes on the aerobic system. I'm not really focusing on distance for the long run. Whereas I'm trying to build up to 2 hours on a Sunday and just, for the full, that will probably be my long run. So we did an hour 55 today, about 17.85 miles. But again, I don't really look at it. It was just, get to 57.5 minutes out and then turn back. And as I'm going out on this trail, I mentioned to you guys that it was long. I climbed 700 feet today over, 9 miles probably going out. So that was tough. It was a tough run. 86 on the week, and I feel like we're doing pretty good. I feel like I'm in a good spot. My legs are more sore usually than I would probably feel during a time like this, but I think they're getting used to the hills still. I'm running them okay. I'm running them better, but I think it still takes a little bit of toll, and it's going to take a few more weeks to fully get used to it, especially now I'm going to start doing all of my easy runs back on the hills. So we'll preview next week, September 7th through September 13th. Jump over to this page. So the schedule, you kind of have to work it in with what you're doing, right now in life. Training cannot be perfect. I feel like that's one of the harder things while you're in school, unless you have really good flexibility with your coaches to, you kind of put in a structure that you maybe don't have much control over. Whereas, now, I've got a lot of control over when I can do stuff. So the 8 a.m. lecture, I think 30 minutes will be good. I'll jog up to the football field, jog around that. And considering how I feel today, I think it's going to be very good just to kind of shake it out. And then a bit more of an aerobic run in the afternoon, going up, into the trails. Do a workout. I think it's going to be 16 times 2 minutes over that hilly country course. Wednesday will be the same. 30 minutes and 60 minutes. Thursday, another medium long run. We'll go 30 minutes less than the long run. So we'll be shooting for about 85, kind of out in the country, probably. I'll do the 60 in the morning on Friday and then some speed in the afternoon. So the speed will just be jog to the track. I'll probably take my flats. I'll probably run, the 200, maybe some 50s and then 200s just to try hold on to that top end speed during this period. But, I'm not trying to train to run anything fast. It's just purely there, just break up the miles and remember how to run fast, because that's what we're here to do kind of at the end of this period. Saturday will be that Wanaka trail run. That's what I want to call it now. Just kind of really hilly trail running back there. You can't go fast at all because it's kind of technical. There's roads, stuff. So, but it's a good workout in the legs. I'll probably shoot. I think right now I'm happy with like 75 minutes on Saturday. That's just kind of what it's turning into right now. And then the long run, we will level off here at 2 hours, and we will keep that going for the next wee while. I think here, Cornell has said that they're not going to allow people to get together till like the start of October. So I don't know if that means that's when the team, the cross country and track team here, are going to start meeting. They've said that they want to do time trials. So I would be looking to get in those. Whether or not there's other races, I'm going to start looking here in the next week. But I definitely think that this period here, if I unmerge this, that's still there. I think that, this grayness is going to at least go 2 more weeks. We'll do it 2 for right now. we'll at least go 2 more, if not a third week, maybe. That being said, that the structure will be the same, with, kind of just a longer continuous workout. I mean, like here, I'll still get 70 or 80 minutes running continuously around a pickup of speed, and the heart rate won't go much higher than 165, 170, and that, and those efforts. So that's still only at your aerobic threshold pace. It's not like I'm, running super fast. It's just trying to get some miles in, get some time on the heart rate. And then once we come into here, once I have a better idea of kind of when the races are, or when the time trials are, we'll start to, transition into some miles, 2,000 meter repeats, 1,000 meter repeats here, and then probably some threshold running, tempos at 3 or 4 miles, as the second workout of the week, while keeping the majority or the bulk of the mileage around it. Just easy aerobic running. I'm still shooting for here in November, either November 1st, maybe pushing this back, to whenever we start to finish up school, but definitely trying to do like a 10 miler on my own, or depending on who's around, just to get a gauge of, how good the aerobic system's been developed. I'd love to run a half marathon, but whether or not any of them are going to be available around here, I do not know. So a little bit longer episode, just because we're back into the, reviewing the stuff beforehand. But again, if you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, any ways I can make it better, please let me know. Posting to the YouTube and the Instagram, I need to get better at posting on there. It's kind of hard to video myself because nobody, I don't run with anybody, and I don't take my phone ever, so it's hard to get pictures. So I'll try to get better. I don't know what I'll take pictures of, but try to get posting on there more. But anyhow, have a great week, guys, and I will catch you later.